Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some very intriguing PlayStation 5 news, and also in the comparison and competition with the Xbox Series X and S, and as well also the Nintendo Switch. With all this kind of put together, we actually have some pretty cool analysts out here too as well, where people basically spend all their time looking at this numbers, seeing the numbers, and basically looking at all the hardcore analytics when it comes to these next-gen consoles. And we actually have some very intriguing numbers when it comes to how it's going to sell, which console's gonna win, and all that good stuff, which is actually kind of nice to go and see, because at least in my mind, especially after how crazy this entire week has been when it comes to the Microsoft acquisitions, which we've talked about so much, as well as all the other various things coming out, I kind of feel like the PlayStation needs a little bit of a win. So this will hopefully be a good win, and I do kind of agree with a lot of the statements as well, kind of coming out with these articles and these analytics, whatever the proper word for that is. So let's go and talk about it. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below, so feel free to if you guys would like to. So first and foremost, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stock and free money. Some of that Coinbase too as well, link down below. And of course, always check down those brand new Samsung SSD links, and let's go and dive in the video itself. So as I mentioned, this is finally, like, after this whole entire week where it's just Xbox focus, we are finally kind of getting a PS5W, at least when it comes to just everything out there in the gaming community. So we actually have a video call over here from the Video Game Chronicle, basically saying the PS5 will be not officially, of course, but kind of based on the track record, based on analytics and all of that, will be outselling the Xbox Series X and S consoles from a 2-to-1 this year, as Amfer Analysis forecast. But of course, as well, this is always the one wild card. The Nintendo Switch will actually probably still be the best-selling console, driven by the OLED model, which once again, I'd probably go and stand by on this. So let's go talk about it. So the Xbox One will outsell the Xbox Series X and S console 2-to-1 this year, data analysis as just mentioned from the title itself. So Amfer Research Director Piers Harding-Rolls has forecasted 18 million sales for Sony's console in the 2022, so this upcoming year, and they're also expecting around the 9 million sales for the Microsoft systems. However, their overall analytics kind of goes to show that the Switch will be the leading console for this year with around 21 million sales. Let's go dive into that one. So it's kind of like the same usual news we've been seeing. PlayStation 5 doing phenomenal, doing very well, getting a lot of good sales, a lot of good numbers. Xbox Series X and S, although not as big, because I'm sure you guys know from the copious amounts of mentions, they're more focused on the Microsoft Game Pass, getting people on PC, getting more consoles as well, getting actual developers and game people, and buying Activision, buying Bethesda, and as well, while the Xbox is a nice addition for that, it's not end all be all. It's not the number one. So it says, it looks like the availability of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X console is going to improve slowly over the year, and our expectation is that Sony will outsell Microsoft 2-to-1. So, my really kind of quick on this one's going to be, I'd probably see it. So when it comes to the PlayStation, they've had their projected numbers up a lot more higher than the Xbox. We've had official statements saying that they want to push at least 14 million, 15 million from Sony themselves. Xbox has always been a little bit more on the low-key side, a little bit not as often, type of side or whatever. And even just from their numbers they've kind of released, have definitely sold a lot less than the actual console itself. Maybe around like one third-ish as less, minus, so basically whatever PS5's at minus 1/3. That's pretty much what the Xbox is at. Roughly what we've seen from analytics from other various folks too as well. But actually, the biggest selling console on the market is going to be the Nintendo Switch, which I will be fully honest with you guys. Maybe it's just a lot of normies. Maybe it's a lot more kids. Maybe I just underestimate Mario itself. I don't understand how the Switch is consistently overselling and outselling stuff on such a high margin. It's ridiculous. Because, I love my Switch. I enjoy my Mario Kart. I enjoy my various games. But there's no major game I'm super hyped up for besides Pokemon, which I'll probably be streaming that up on Twitch if you guys want to hang out there. But most even the Mario games, such as Mario Tennis, Mario whatever, they're just not that good. Even the most recent news Pokemon remake really wasn't that good. That's literally Pokemon. So I have no idea who keeps on buying these consoles. Ideally, it's probably just a lot of families, young families, and maybe obviously kids, because kids, people are always making new kids all the time. So it's kind of crazy to see, but 21 million units is ridiculous because I have seen the Switch exist for such a long time. It is nutty. So Sony claimed as of last July that the PlayStation 5 has become the fastest selling console ever after topping 10 million sales globally just under a month faster than the PS4 managed. And while obviously supply issues have negatively impacted sales, more recently, the company said it remained hopeful of hitting its annual PS5 shipment target of 14.8 million units this fiscal year. A feature that actually probably be best the PS4's performance too as well, which will also be really, really good when it comes to restocks, because I know quite a few guys still need to get your consoles and buy your consoles and all of that. So the more you can actually get, the better it can. So kind of the numbers that they're actually expecting from this too as well, because it does state from Sony that they were intending to ship more than 22.6 million PS5 consoles during its next fiscal year, which is beginning in April 2022, so next few months from here. And if achieved, it would beat a 24-year-old console set record set by the original OG PlayStation, which we actually might go and cover up some more news from the OG PlayStation itself, because it actually was making the news right here. And while the Xbox Series X and S systems continue to go sell faster than any other console, which is phenomenal news as is. Whenever we make these types of videos, I always go and say, is everything when it comes to consoles, when it comes to Switches, when it comes to PS5s, everything has been doing phenomenal this year, which I love to go and see. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts and comments on this one too as well. So at this point, we had some official statements like from him basically saying, what do you think about trying to get an Xbox or new PlayStation right now in the market? They're really hard to find. It's not because supply is smaller than it's ever been. It's actually been just the demand is so huge too as well. And even Phil Spencer confirmed, at this point, we sold more of this generation of Xboxes, which is the Xbox Series X and S, than we have in any previous version of Xboxes. So it's our job just to get the display out there to go meet that demand, with Nintendo switching almost 100 million units since its launch in 2017. So now I kind of wish I had a little bit more in-depth on the actual proper analytics of all of it and kind of go a little bit more depth in general for it, but I kind of want to give you guys my kind of thoughts as we wind down the video. I keep on seeing that Sony wants to make and produce way more consoles, which is smart, because if you guys want people to go and buy your console over the Xbox, make it readily available. Even right now, we've been seeing a lot more folks kind of curious on the Xbox, because with the big acquisition, the fact that it's been very commonly able to be found, from Target and other various locations, it just seems good. We do like it, we enjoy it, we vibe it, but the one big issue is that you still need to make it. But we've had multiple comments where Sony themselves wants to literally go make their own semiconductor plant. They want to go be able to go make the components they need to go and keep on making their consoles, whether it's the PS4 or PS5. Same thing too as well with them even remaking another million PS4 consoles just to sell, because everything in the market is selling like hotcakes. Everything is making a bunch of money, and a lot of folks obviously want to get all that money the best they can. So they want to make as much as they can and sell as much as they can. Although I'd be almost kind of curious to see if with this huge like $70 billion acquisition, if that means that Microsoft themselves would be more likely to want to go and invest into spending more money on semiconductors and spending more money in production and spending more money trying to get more Xbox Series S's, because if it does go through and the contracts are signed, we'll probably have a lot more folks, especially for Call of Duty, maybe willing to go make that jump to Xbox, or as well utilize their PS5s and go from there. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts on this. Is this a nice W for the PS5? Because we just know they've been trying their best to churn out as much as they can, and it has been confirmed on record that they have made more than the Xbox Series X and S's. That is confirmed through analytics and also from Sony and basically Microsoft themselves. But the one crazy thing is, I feel like they need to keep on doing more. Besides just selling all the good old games, and we do have Horizon coming soon and God of War coming soon, I kind of feel like the PlayStation needs just a little bit more, whether it's bringing back a lot more older IPs, such as maybe like, Killzone, to go and bring up a competition against Call of Duty, or at least bring back older IPs and kind of fill up that niche. There's a few other games, such as like Forspoken, and a few other games mixed on into as well, but the one big struggle is you need to make the consoles to go make them. And it does kind of seem like it will be really good news for Restocks. It does seem really great to go and see that. And as I mentioned throughout this entire week, where there's been so much focus on the Microsoft acquisition, Sony kind of needs this. Like, they need to at least get more. They have to at least win this console market, because right now, if the PlayStation was actually underselling the Xbox, this would be a really bad year, especially with all these huge acquisitions, the Bethesdas, the Halos, and everything else mixed down in. So it's almost lucky that the PS4 is such a good console, and that kind of gives like a lot of the extra effort, for the Xbox Series X to have to go play catch up rather than the reverse. So I'm kind of rambling a little bit on that one, but it's kind of cool to go and see that Sony at least has something going for them, and hopefully we'll see even more stuff in the near future. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, get a bunch of free stock and free money. Same with those Samsung links down below, so check out those brand new SSDs. And same link too as well with Coinbase. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Have a good rest of your nights, and we'll see you guys all up in the next few videos. So love you guys.